Okay, I'm joined by manager Lee Lashenko. Lee, obviously it's finished 0-0 here at the NL Services Stadium against Cinderford. Plenty of chances at the end there, and you just thought maybe Harry Lucas, one of our own, might have just done it again, but it just didn't really materialise for us in front of goal today. What are your thoughts after that one?
Emotions in football. Week in football was a long time. Last week we were coming away from Bishop's Cleeve really infused by the effort, the energy and the honesty that was shown that day. I'm not going to say that it wasn't like the same in terms of honesty and effort shown today, but just I felt like a few things were taken for granted. You sensed it before the game. You always know a team like Cinderford with their tradition, their size and that, because they've obviously got good pedigree. But now the league got fought to get back into the league, and now they obviously find themselves in the wrong area of the table, and they're going to fight for every point that's available. They showed that Wednesday night, I believe, down at Exmouth. They were like on the end of a defeat that probably was a little bit harsh, and today they've really worked and battled, and maybe they probably would say that they've got a point today that they probably, their efforts definitely deserved. I think our domination, like in the game, we should have been walking away from the 3 points here today. But like I say, I'm angry and like annoyed with, frustrated with the situation. It's hard to be angry with my players for too long because I think the world of them. But today I think they've let themselves down a little bit in terms of not being totally at it from minute one in a game that they should be looking to put out of sight quite early. And we had the opportunities, we had the chances, but we've been sloppy in that area.
Yeah, absolutely. I was just going to say 20 minutes into the game, obvious foul on Josh Bissett, and we hope he makes a full recovery. I know he had to be taken off quite quickly. It looks quite serious, so obviously any update on that would be good. But yeah, 20 minutes in, you're given a golden opportunity to open the score, and you back Lewis in those moments. But it just, like I say, just didn't come off us today.
Listen, like as you say, like first today, we're hoping Josh's injury ain't as bad as it seems, and I had really the chance at the time to obviously caught up in the game to look into that yet. And as you say with Louis Britton, you know that he's a proven goal scorer. There's always going to be backed in those areas to take and score penalties and like one-on-one chances. Like I say, today's been one of them frustrating days for Lewis amongst others in front of goals for Bristol Manor Farm. So you're not going to kill the man. I mean, it's a situation that he's personally going to be critical of himself. We're creating good chances. The team's playing with a good vibe and a good tempo to it. Don't think our home comforts are great for us in the way we look to play. Like last Saturday, we played with a lot of fluidity because the pitch is like 4G and we can get on the ball and get after teams. Today, it sort of like nullified it a little bit especially when you're playing against a side that are looking to be a little bit frustrated, not totally frustrated. They look to push us as well. They didn't come here and just settle for a point. They had lads in their side that are of course in distance at this level, and we're always going to test us. But yeah, we're like, again, listen, we're always going to be frustrated with the attacking like players that we got to come off and score no goals. That's mental. But we'll dust ourselves down, and we know we've got another big task going down to Tavistock on Wednesday.
Absolutely, Liam. Before we go on to that match, obviously plenty of changes to the club away from the football this week. I know that you've been heavily involved in a lot of exciting projects and stuff, as we obviously wish Sean all the best as he moves on. But the atmosphere again today, 300 plus, we knew it was going to be a well-supported game, and it showed today, and obviously everyone was enjoying the festivities of the day as well. Just your word on today's atmosphere and the turnout.
Yeah, definitely. Like as you say, like we've had a turnover this year because like the club's still struggling to find the answer to Jeff Selleck. You know what I mean? Like obviously we know that Jeff's the man that made this situation be so good. And is a hard act to follow, and like you got to take your hat off to anyone that tries and follows in his footsteps, and like obviously, and they put like sponsor in his footsteps and things like that. So like no matter how short a regime it is, you still got to hold it in respect as long as it's all done in the classy way. Do you know what I mean? Like as long as people know that when they get attached to Bristol Manor Farm, it is like you're giving your soul to Bristol Manor Farm, so to speak, and you don't want any messy breakups after it. So that's all I'd say with that one. Is all like good. And like moving forward, there's other things going on now. Other people going to get involved with the club. Hopefully, a few events that help bring much needed revenue and finance in, and that's where we're at with it. And I think what happens is when things like this happen, other people that may have sort of gone not missing, but like maybe not have relaxed their efforts a bit because they thought it took for granted someone else was getting involved and didn't want to interfere, so to speak, step up to the plate. And I've seen that in the last few days. People have made this a a good environment like to be around. And today, as you said, like the numbers are in, the facilities are all up and running, and that's testimony to the people that's dug in for us.
And we briefly touched on Wednesday's trip, Lee. Tavistock, it's going to be another tricky task. Obviously, we know the pitch and the conditions, they equally struggle here as they do there, but what can we expect from that game on Wednesday?
Again, like I said to the players, that we sign up for a season where you play everyone home and away on any given day. So the preparation for that game can't be full of any excuses in terms of the distance we've got to travel and the time we got to get there. And we just got to make sure that we set ourselves up, get favours in at work or whatever it is that we need to like sort of qualify ourselves to get down to Tavistock in good time, ready to play a game of football that we much need a win from. I mean, like let's make no bones about it. There's results today that seem to have like helped us out a little bit, but that's no good if you're getting helped out with results and you don't take advantage of it yourself. You know what I mean? We're going to go away from here. Like you got one hand, we haven't lost it since the turn of the year. It's the third clean sheet, I think, in 4 games. So those are all your positive comments. But the points return of like 6 in 12 out of points, I mean like 50% points, isn't good enough for a side chasing down hopefully a playoff position. Again, we know we're always overachieving to be talked about in that company because of all the other things that we got to fight off and against in terms of the club and stature that we are against other teams that are coming up against. But our expectation is higher than what we're achieving right now, and that's personally put on. And we need to like look at ourselves between now and Wednesday and give a better account of ourselves to go after the 3 points.